2 Peter 1. If you add these things to your faith, you will never stumble. 2 Peter chapter 1 focuses on adding virtues to your faith. It highlights the reliability of the letters of the apostles. The chapter encourages believers to cultivate godly characteristics and warns against false teachers. Overall, it calls for diligence in the pursuit of godliness and a steadfast adherence to the truth. Exegesis by sections and verses. Verses 1 to 2. Greeting and exhortation. Peter introduces himself as a servant and an apostle of Jesus Christ, highlighting the faith that is shared among believers. He extends grace and peace to them, invoking the blessings that come through the knowledge of God and Jesus. Verses 3 to 4. God's divine power and promises. Peter begins by emphasizing that God's divine power has granted believers everything they need for life and godliness. Through the knowledge of Christ, believers have received precious and magnificent promises, enabling them to partake in the divine nature and escape the corruption of the world caused by evil desires. Verses 5 to 11. The call to spiritual growth. Peter encourages believers to add the following things to their faith. He says that if you do this, you will never stumble. 1. Virtue. 2. Moral excellence. 3. Knowledge. 4. Self-control. 5. Perseverance. 6. Godliness. 7. Brotherly affection. And 8. Agape love. He emphasizes that if these qualities are increasing and active in their lives, they will be fruitful and effective in their knowledge of Jesus Christ. Peter urges them to make their calling and election sure, knowing that by practicing these virtues, they will never stumble and will be richly welcomed into the eternal kingdom of Christ. Verses 12 to 21. The certainty of the apostles' letters. Peter assures believers that he will continue to remind them of the truths they already know, even if they are established in the faith. He considers it his duty to keep stirring them up as long as he is alive, knowing that his death is drawing near. Peter recalls his experience of Jesus' transfiguration, highlighting its truth and the reliability of the words of the prophets. He warns against false teachers who will introduce destructive heresies, and he encourages the believers to pay attention to the prophetic word as a reliable source of guidance until the day dawns and the morning star rises in their hearts. Overall summary. 2 Peter chapter 1 emphasizes the importance of spiritual growth and the cultivation of godly virtues. He underscores the power and promises of God that enable believers to partake in God's divine nature and escape the corruption of the world. Peter urges believers to add to their faith various virtues, and promises that if they diligently practice these qualities, they will be fruitful and assured of their eternal inheritance. He also highlights the certainty of the apostles' letters and warns against false teachers, calling for a steadfast adherence to the truth. This chapter exhorts believers to pursue godliness, remain grounded in the faith, and be discerning in their walk with the Lord Jesus.